If you've spent any time learning about real estate investing, you've probably heard the same advice over and over again. Buy a duplex. House hack. Duplexes and triplexes are the safest path to financial freedom. And I get it. I hear it all the time. Commercial is too risky. Residential is safe. Just keep buying small rental properties and you'll get there eventually. But what if that's not the case anymore? At least not right now. What if chasing duplexes and small residential buildings in 2025 is actually the thing holding you back? Because here's what's really going on. Right now, we're in the middle of one of the largest waves of new apartments in decades. In a lot of markets, supply is so high that rent growth has basically stalled. You're not walking into a gold mine when you buy a duplex today. You're jumping into a pool that's way too crowded, where everyone is fighting over the same scraps. And the biggest lie of all? The one almost every new investor believes. More doors equals more freedom. Just buy enough units, and you'll finally have that dream life where you wake up when you want and travel the world. Yeah, except it almost never works out that way. Here's what nobody tells you. A lot of small rentals end up netting investors low single-digit returns once you factor in repairs, vacancies, and rising expenses. Meanwhile, many commercial deals can pencil out at much higher returns, sometimes even into the low double digits. And while your duplex tenant can leave after 1 year, commercial tenants sign leases for up to 10 years. That means way more stable income with way less headache. You don't build real freedom by stacking doors. You build real freedom by owning the right stuff. Assets that actually pay you without eating up all your time, draining your energy, and wrecking your peace of mind. And today, I'm going to show you exactly what that looks like. We're going to break down what you should be buying instead of duplexes, the real numbers behind it, and why this path has quietly been crushing residential investing for years. But first, let's talk about what's actually happening in the residential market right now. Everyone and their cousin is trying to buy duplexes. Prices are through the roof. Cash flow is paper thin, and the moment you close, you're not sitting back collecting checks. You're dealing with leaky pipes, broken AC units, and tenants who suddenly can't pay rent. You're not buying opportunity, you're buying headaches. Think about it. More tenants means more problems. More units means more people who might not pay you on time. More buildings means more phone calls at 2 a.m., more repairs, more insurance costs going up every single year. You're not building freedom, you're building yourself a second job, sometimes a third. So what should you actually buy? And what does a deal like this actually look like from start to finish? Let's say you find a self-storage facility, around 100 units. The owner is tired, hasn't kept up with it, and just wants out. You pick it up for somewhere around $1.5 million. Now here's why something like this stands out compared to a duplex or apartment building. First, cash flow from day one. You're not buying based on some fantasy spreadsheet that assumes everything goes perfect. You're buying based on what it's actually making right now. Real money, not hopes and dreams. Second, there's room to grow. Maybe it's only 60% full when you buy it. That's not a problem. That's an opportunity. Every empty unit you fill is pure profit you're adding. Third, the fixes are simple. You're not remodeling kitchens. You're not replacing flooring. You're not arguing with contractors for 6 months. You're doing basic operational stuff. Set up online payments. Send out proper notices to people who aren't paying, clean the place up, maybe improve the lighting, add some fresh paint, make it feel more modern and well kept. Simple. Within 60 to 90 days, you could realistically take that 60% occupancy and push it to 80% or higher. No construction crew, no massive renovation budget, just smart, boring, basic improvements. And here's where it gets really interesting. Once the property is stabilized and running smoothly, you've got options. Option 1, refinance. Pull some of your cash out, keep the property, and use that money to go buy another one. Option 2, sell it. Because you increase the income, the property is now worth more than what you paid. You pocket the profit. Option 3, just hold it. Let it cash flow month after month with barely any work on your end. No tenants calling you about clogged toilets, no chasing rent checks. Just a metal box that people pay to use. That's the game. Less competition, simpler operations, more profit. And the best part? Almost nobody is talking about this. While everyone else is fighting over overpriced duplexes, Deals like this are sitting out there waiting. Now, self-storage isn't the only game in town. There are other types of commercial real estate that work the same way. Less headaches, stronger cash flow, and way more freedom. Let me walk you through a few. Let's say you buy a small industrial flex building. Think of it like a row of units that businesses rent out for things like contractor storage, small workshops, or e-commerce warehouses. Maybe 10 to 15 units total. Here's why this works. Your tenants are businesses, not families. They're not calling you because the dishwasher broke or the neighbor is too loud. They show up, use the space for their work, and pay their rent. That's it. Leases are longer, usually 2 to 5 years, so you're not constantly finding new tenants like you would with a duplex where people move out every 12 months. And maintenance? Minimal. These are simple spaces, concrete floors, roll-up doors, no fancy kitchens or bathrooms to deal with. If something breaks, it's usually cheap and easy to fix. Less drama, fewer turnovers, steadier income. This one is even simpler. You buy a piece of land, maybe a few acres, and lease it out to businesses that need outdoor storage. Think about it. Contractors need somewhere to park their trucks and equipment. Landscaping companies need space for trailers and materials. RV and boat owners need somewhere to store their stuff. You're not building anything fancy. You're basically renting out dirt. Maybe you throw down some gravel, add a fence, and set up a simple gate. That's it. There's almost nothing to maintain. No roofs to replace. No plumbing to fix. No midnight phone calls about broken heaters. Just land that people pay you to use. And here's the best part. The demand for this is huge right now. Cities are running out of space, and businesses are desperate for somewhere to put their stuff. While everyone else is fighting over apartment buildings, you could be collecting rent on a gravel lot. Now, if you really want the most hands-off option possible, let me introduce you to the triple net lease. This is as close to free money as real estate gets. Here's how it works. You buy a property that's leased to a national brand, like a fast food chain, a pharmacy, or a dollar store. The tenant signs a long-term lease, usually 10 to 15 years. And here's the magic part. They pay for everything. Rent, they pay it. Property taxes, they cover it. Insurance, on them. Maintenance and repairs, their problem, not yours. You basically just own the building and collect a check every month. That's it. No tenants calling you, no repairs to manage, no headaches at all. The big company handles everything because it's their business running out of that building. They want it to look good and run smoothly, just as much as you do. It's the closest thing to true passive income you'll find in real estate. Now let's zoom out for a second, because this isn't really about money. It's about your life. Think about why you got interested in real estate in the first place. It wasn't because you dreamed of unclogging toilets at midnight. It wasn't because you wanted to chase down rent checks every month. It wasn't because you wanted more stress. You wanted freedom, time with your family, the ability to travel, the peace of knowing money is coming in whether you're working or not. But somewhere along the way, the real estate world convinced you that freedom comes from stacking doors. Buy more units, collect more keys, manage more tenants. And what happens? You end up busier than ever, more stressed than ever, tied to your phone, waiting for the next problem to pop up. That's not freedom, that's a trap. Now imagine a different life. Your tenants are businesses, not people with drama. They signed a 10-year lease. They pay on time because their reputation depends on it. They handle their own problems because it's their business on the line. Your phone isn't buzzing every day with complaints. You're not driving across town to deal with a busted pipe or a broken lock. You're not arguing with anyone about late fees. Your investments just work, quietly in the background, while you live your actual life. That's what the right assets give you. You don't want doors. You want freedom.